At the end of the school year, all your Schoology courses are going to be archived. They'll still be accessible in the fall, but you won't see them when you first log into Schoology. So if you would like easy access to your course materials come September so that you can bring them into your new course, that's what we're going to do here. So right now I'm in one of my courses that I want to back up so that I can bring it in, the content of it, to my new course next year. So where this is going to get stored is in your Schoology Resources. Now, if you're not familiar with Schoology Resources, it's sort of like your OneDrive location, your cloud storage for all things Schoology. So when I go into Resources, you'll see under here, underneath where it says My Resources, I have a bunch of different icons represented by a box along with a name. So these are what Schoology calls collections, and collections is just their verbiage basically for folders. So to keep your content that you're going to be saving and then reusing next year organized, you are going to want to create a collection or folder so that you can store that into that particular area. So what I'm going to do first, after I clicked on Resources, I'm going to click on this box up here that says Add Collection. And when I click Add Collection, I'm going to name it. So let's say I'm going to put all my courses in this particular collection or folder so that next year I know exactly where everything is. So then I'm going to click Create. So now that I have this collection created, I now can copy the content of one of my old courses into that collection for next year. So what I'm going to do now is go back over to the course that I want to back up. And once I've done this for this course, you will repeat the same process for all of your other courses. So what you're going to see here at the very top of your course is an Options button. When you click on Options, you'll see an option that says Save Course to Resources. So you'll click on Save Course to Resources, and now this is going to ask you which collection/folder do you want to save this to. This is why we went to Resources first and created that particular folder so that we could be organized when the time was ready to back up our courses. So I'm going to select my 2022-2023 folder, and I'm not going to further subdivide that into further folders. So I'm going to click Submit. Now keep in mind all of the things that have been backed up and are going to be in my Resources folder from this course aren't going to have the correct due dates for the following school year. So those are things that you're going to have to pay attention to. Also grading categories. If you don't use the same grading categories, you'll be asked to select that as well. So if I go over to my Resources now, and I go into my 2022-2023 folder that I created, I should see all of the content in there. Depending on the size of your course, the backup process could take a little bit of time, but my course didn't have a huge amount of content, so you can see here everything is here. So what it does is it puts all the content of my Edpuzzle course into one big folder, and then when I further drill down into that folder, I can see the individual folders. And if I further go into that folder, you can see all of the individual assignments. So in another video, I'm going to show you how you can then import this into a new course so that you'll have your materials ready for the next school year. But before I go, I just wanted to give you an update on some of the things that will not come over correctly, even if you back them up and copy them to your next course for the following school year. This is a list of just a few of the different applications that we use in conjunction with Schoology that when you copy them over to a course, you're going to have to do some finagling with it. So one of the primary ones is OneDrive assignments. So if you create OneDrive assignments in your course that you are backing up, when you bring it to your new course, you're going to have to reattach the OneDrive document. It's not going to come over. Same thing with Kami assignments, created the old method, which is how most everybody learned. The new method of assigning Kami assignments, and if you're not familiar with what I'm talking about, you've probably done your Kami assignments with the old method. Also, you will need to reattach those documents. Anything that is not native to Schoology, I'm going to strongly suggest that you reassign those individually when it comes to the next school year and not try to copy them over. The reason being there's going to be different dates associated with these assignments in their own application within Castle Learning, Delta Math, CK12. So anything that is not native to Schoology, Don't copy those over. You can copy them to your resources, but don't bring them over to your new course, which is what we'll go over in the next video, because they're just not going to come over correctly and your students may have trouble interacting with them. This video will show you how you can copy this over to a new course, and also some of the adjustments you're going to have to make on certain assignments and certain other different types of materials that you copy over into Schoology.